I knew I packed them. I knew it.
Hi mate, where are we?
Not got any lemons today.
Where are we?
Golf National in Paris.
National.
It's very nice.
Bonjour, that's French for hello. Never let it be said that Scratch Golf YouTube channel doesn't teach you anything. We are at Le Golf National, which is going to host this year's Ryder Cup. So this nifty little display tells you where every Ryder Cup has been hosted right back to the very first one in 1927, which was at Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. Bit of pub trivia for you there. But we've got more pressing issues to deal with because somehow between Tom and his dad Andy, they've managed to leave Tom's golf shoes back at home in England. So we've got to go into the pro shop and hope Tom can get some new ones. But he is 6'6" and I think a size 13, so it might not be that easy.
What are those? What are those? Remember that? I got my new shoes on.
Oh. Tom's got a driver out on camera. Stinger. How's your new shoes, mate? So the Ryder Cup course is the Albatross course. Today we're playing the Eagle, and then tomorrow and Sunday we're playing the main one. Every time I go to video, all I hear is Andy swearing. These two, very close. Oh, it's closest two. So who is it? That's you, isn't it? Yeah. Who are you with?
I'm holding my ball.
Why is it so complicated? Who are you with? Oh, right. Two old chaps. Oh, perfect. Whoa. Slippery little slope, that one. Oh, oh dear. There's a lot on this now.
I knew I packed them. I knew it. They're gonna have to go on eBay. You're not wearing them again.
They look like they've been worn.
I knew I put the in.
So when we come to the car.
I'm gonna see if they fit me, and at least I'll tell her I can wear them.
So it's day 2 and we're playing the big boy course today, the Albatross course, which is where they're going to have the Ryder Cup later this year. I didn't get tons of footage yesterday, and to be honest I probably won't today because we're just here on a normal golf trip, not here to do course vlogs. So obviously if anyone's ever tried to do a course vlog, you realise how much time it takes and how distracting it is. So basically the 4 of us are just here to play golf and enjoy it. I'm going to do my best to try and film a few little bits while we're out there. But yeah, I'm afraid I can't promise that it's going to be a top-notch course vlog. Okay, so this is the first hole, obviously. I'm not going to take you through every single hole because we'd be here all night and I haven't got a video from every single hole, but I'll just pick out some of the more interesting ones. So this is the stroke index 4 and it's a very hard hole despite the fact it's only 348 yards off the yellows and 419 yards off the blacks. Oh, I knew he was on it today. He's piping it on the range as well. That's a good line, yeah?
Might have to edit that down so he's standing over the ball a little.
Oh yeah. Chop all of this. I'll edit all Andy's shots as well.
I better not see this.
Basically what you need to do is hit something short of the water. We all actually misjudged that and hit too much club. Me and Tom ended up perfect, but in that skinny bit of fairway, which it'd be quite a gamble to aim for. Andy put his in the water and Colt lost his in that quite thick rough on the right. But whatever club you do hit off the tee, you don't want to leave yourself too long in because it's quite a tricky second shot. So you've got the water on the left of the green, but if you bail out and miss it on the right, you'll either be in a bunker or on a downslope playing back towards the water. The second hole is a par 3, all over water. There's just no bailout. You either carry the water and hit the green or you don't. Off the black tees, it's 210 yards, and the day we played it, it was straight into a big wind. I hit a 2-iron and only just made it. Again, if you play too safe, you'll find yourself over the back in one of the 3 bunkers, and again, you'll be playing back towards the water. So there's no easy shot here. You've just basically got to hit the right yardage. And the green itself is quite shallow front to back, but it's really wide, so if you find the wrong part of it, you could leave yourself an absolute monster putt. Oh.
Another 4 jump.
Third is a par 5 with water down the right. It's not massively long, it's only 499 yards off the yellows and 558 yards off the blacks. So the temptation is to go for it in 2. But there's trees framing the entrance to the green, so if you do go for it, you need to be accurate with that second shot, or you could find yourself really struggling to make par. This is the 7th hole, and it's stroke index 2, and it does play, in my opinion, very, very tough.
I might hit my provisional first. Jesus. What's your verdict on that, Andy?
You can't afford to miss your tee shot right because everything drops off into a valley, so you'll either be out of bounds or you won't find it in the long rough. And even if you do, you're going to have a hell of a job trying to reach the green from down there. But if you go left, you'll again be in thick rough and you'll be a long way from the green. So you've basically got to hit a perfect tee shot up to the top of this plateau, which is quite narrow, and the fairway ends, so you can't afford to go too far. I hit one of my best tee shots of the day to exactly where I wanted, and I still had over 200 yards left in. This hole is a brute. The 9th is a par 5, and it's all about the tee shot really. So there's water on the left at pretty much the exact yardage you'll be hitting it off the tee, but if you bail out on the right, you'll be in the rough and you won't have a good angle to go for the green in 2. And the green itself is on 2 quite distinct tiers, so distance control on your approach shot is key, and the course is so windy that's not going to be easy. This is the 10th green, and this hole runs in the opposite direction to the 9th, so the water that was on the left of the 9th is on the left of this one as well. And if you play too safe away from the water, you'll again find yourself in thick rough. You've seen a bit of a theme here, there's a lot of thick rough here. And the green is raised, so it'll be tough to hit it if you're playing out of that rough. This, I think, is a really good hole. It's stroke index 3, and it's not particularly long. It's only 371 yards from the yellows and 414 from the blacks. But you've got to hit 2 very good shots. So the fairway is quite narrow with water on the right, and then the green is protected by trees and water. The 14th is a par 5 that played really short on the first day when we played off the yellows. It's only 478 yards and we only had mid-irons in. Off the blacks, it's 595 yards, so a bit of a different story. The big danger on this hole is that huge bunker on the left, which everything kind of feeds down towards. And it's another raised green, so if you are going for it in 2, it's going to be tricky to hit that green and hold it. The closing stretch at Le Golf National is clearly set up for drama. Water plays a big part on 3 of the final 4 holes, starting with this one, the 15th, which is stroke index 1. You basically just need to find the fairway, because if you go right, you're in the water, and if you go left, you'll be in that thick rough trying to hit your second shot onto a green that's surrounded by water.
Oh, that's a long way in. Fucking I thought that was going to be good enough.
It was good, it was straight.
Yeah, it's a lot of wind. How far were you having from there?
300.
200. Left. Beauty.
And the green itself is pretty small, and the wind's going to be playing havoc, so it's a real test, this hole. And as you'll see, it's one that will fail miserably.
Stay.
The 16th is a par 3 over water and protected by bunkers. I'm sure at some stage they'll tuck a pin right on the front, which will make life interesting. But you also can't afford to go long, as you'll see. It's not a very good place to be,
Like that.
as I found out to my cost.
Oh, golf shot.
Walk away with all the money.
Dropped it in the lake. Fucking bleep out this whole video. Turn. Come on, wind. Not bad. Just get demonetised. You're only allowed 3 swears. And he does that in one shot. Oh, he's fed one in. Look at that swing.
Hello.
Oh, big boy. Long. Tried to hit a level 7. Just hit a monster tug. 200 yards. Lovely. Colt loves a money hole. Surely if you don't get 20 points you're not allowed to claim the money.
Basically, you hit 2 good shots
Yeah.
and walked away with half the money.
You might as well just drive up to the par 3 holes, hit your shots and leave for the rest of it. Shameful. Who invited him? Try to find Mr. McGar's ball here. Somewhere in this garbage. Absolute Cabbage Patch Kids. Let's have a look at the lie that we've got here. Oh wait, mate, you can't see it. Oh, no, wait. Oh, there it is. Did you even hit it? No, there it is. Oh, I can't move it now. Just a shot at it. 4. Oh my god. I've still got it. No shots, it's moving now. Just hit it, all 4 arms.
I can't even see it, mate.
Just swing as hard as you can, all 4 arms. See, 4 arms, mate. Lovely.
Out, dog.
Picking up here? Yeah.
There's no sun up in the sky. I don't know why.
He's got it.
There's no sun up
It's a big
in the
three.
sky. I don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. I don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. I don't know why.
Come on then, Colt. See him for the 2.
Every the time. There's no sun up
Good 3,
in
bro.
the sky.
How many points has Colt got?
On this one. 9, he's got 7 points.
Added to what on the front line?
He did really well on the front, he got 9. It's consistent.
And 18 is a savage hole. I can see there being plenty of drama for any matches that go this far. So off the yellows, it's a 450-yard par 5, which sounds like a dream, but again, you've got water in play on your tee shot and your second shot, and the wind will probably be howling. Off the blacks, it's a 471-yard par 4, which makes it very tough. Now, obviously, par is kind of irrelevant in the Ryder Cup because it's just one team against the other. It doesn't really matter if you're making pars, birdies, bogeys, as long as you're beating the other team. But it will still be interesting to see how many birdies and bogeys are made on matches that go down to this final hole.
Bunker and rough down there, yeah. Oh, kick left. Big kick left. Good. Piped it.
You're the man.
Birdie.
Perfect.
Every
No, that's dry. Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
Gotta go trusty, and I.
Trusty too?
What are you going to say?
Oh, what?
That's pouring, isn't it? Oh, sit down.
Get in the water, it deserves that. You deserve that. It's irrelevant, you got to go for it.
Driver out.
Oh, that is ripped. That's too much, is it?
Hit it, Win.
Stay there. Oh, over the back left?
On the green, back left.
Right, you're hitting sand wedge.
Only 157.
I know.
Hit that a long way, Rob.
Draw. Draw. Ah. It's only 156. Oh, it's pure as well. Sit down. Oh, lovely shot. Shot, Andy. What do you make of this course then?
Hard. With a capital H. These idiots want to play off the blacks tomorrow.
You fancying this one, pal?
Not really. Fancy probably losing it over the
You haven't lost many. Only 9 or 10.
I'm going to go Justin told me it's like,
Oh, no, he's trying to fish a ball out. You might fish yours out if you pull it. Well, it's not wet, is it?
hit that hill, hit that hill.
Oh, that's not bad.
Did you get that ball? I've got 8 balls.
Tour special. Right, Andy, don't be short. Dear. It's yellow, you can drop it behind the bunker if you want. Oh, can you play it further back from where? Oh, your hazard's got to be in between you, isn't it? Long boundary. Yeah. Yes, absolutely nipped. That is to sit down. Oh. Come on then, Hollywood, finish off well. Roll this for the par. It's a great effort. Tap that in. Not another 4-putt coming.
I think you ended well, Cole. Yeah. Take a bit of momentum into tomorrow, but by Christ, you need a lot of momentum.
Well played, mate.
Well done, boy.
Well done, money boy. Well done, skipper. Check.
Right, what did you make of that golf course then?
I've given you my thoughts. Now take that and stick it in your pipe.
The bar's just as brutal. What can I say? I won. I complain, right?
Big 30 points,
The
victory.
course rapes you, and then the bar rapes you.
But I won yesterday. So.
No one cares about that. So I've watched enough of Peter Finch's vlogs to know that when you go on these kind of golf trips, you're supposed to do a little hotel room tour. So here it is. We've got 2 single beds because we couldn't afford a room to ourselves, at least 6 inches apart. We've got this window here, which leads to this area, which makes no sense whatsoever. We've got a TV here, which only has French channels, and you have to hold the aerial tight in at the back so it actually gets any reception. Hence, we've been trying to use the lamp to prop it up, to not much success. It's been absolutely boiling while we've been here, so luckily we've got aircon, which covers all the options. You can have hot air, really hot air, or really, really hot air. And in here, you've got a bathroom with piss-stained tiles. There is a hotel at the golf course, but that was about twice as much. Oh, and down there is the restaurant, which would have been handy because nothing else around here has been open, but they didn't have any chefs this weekend. Right, so it's our second round on the main course, third round of the trip, and the final round. And the main objective today is to not get horribly, horribly burnt. And if we can get, I don't know, 30 points as well, that would be a bonus. Cole, how are you feeling about today's round?
Optimistic, mate.
Optimistic, expecting an improvement on yesterday?
Yeah, expecting a bit. This guy.
Oh,
He wants to play off the women's team.
yeah, so there's a bit of a tea debate going on, isn't there? Played with the yellows yesterday, which is what basically the kids tees.
We're going black today, I think.
Black tees today.
What colour? Well, I'm colourblind, so
Well, it doesn't matter then, does it?
I thought we were playing off the blacks.
Yesterday we were, yeah.
Highly recommended. Highly recommended.
So
Especially off the Mr.
yesterday we found, what, about 10 of these?
These are Colt's favourites.
Plus a wedge, a head cover. It's a different story from back here, isn't it? Wow. Turn. Yeah.
any further. Jesus Christ, let me get tapped to it. Deep.
Harsh reality of this is how pros play, and they'll probably shoot 4 or 5 under. Correct?
Just don't hit far enough, straight enough, well enough. Apart from that, oh, we don't putt well enough. You've seen yours, it's about the 4th bounce, brick back. Pure monkey there. Bud.
Pleasure, as always.
Well done, chap. Well done, fella.
Pleasure.
Back. Can you describe our trip in 3 words?
Long, soul destroying, no spring.
Oh. You can have an extra word.
Okay, funny.
Oh, well, this is one positive.
No golf game.
No golf game.
In fact, I didn't even go with one, so it doesn't matter.